We all want a love that lasts, right? A connection that doesn't just fizzle out after that initial spark is gone. But for so many of us, that's exactly what happens. So, how do you keep love alive? Well, the secret might not be what you think. And it all starts with a simple question that one man asked at 30,000 feet.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's at the heart of so many relationships. And it's a question Dr. Gary Chapman, a marriage counselor with decades of experience, was asked on a flight from Buffalo to Dallas. And the man who asked it, he wasn't just curious, he was completely desperate.
So he explains to Dr. Chapman that in every single one of his marriages, the love he felt so strongly just vanished. Poof. Gone. This was a smart, successful guy, but he just couldn't figure out why his relationships kept failing. This wasn't just a bad breakup, this was a pattern. And it makes you wonder, is that just how it goes? Well, what Dr. Chapman realized from this man's story and from countless couples he'd counseled was that this wasn't about a lack of love. Not really. It was about something much more basic. It was a communication breakdown on the deepest possible level. And here it is. This is the big aha moment. Dr. Chapman's core idea is that we all have a primary love language, a specific way we feel and understand love. And think about it. If you're speaking English to someone who only understands Chinese, it doesn't matter how loudly or sincerely you speak. Your message just won't get through. It's the same with love. So if we're all trying to communicate love, what's the actual goal here? To get a handle on that, Dr. Chapman gives us this simple but really, really powerful metaphor. Okay, imagine that every single one of us is walking around with an emotional love tank. When we feel genuinely loved, that tank is full and we operate at our best. We're happy, we're secure. But when that tank is running on empty, that's when the problems start. The withdrawal, the arguments, the criticism. So much of that is just a desperate, misguided attempt to get the love we're not feeling. So the big question is, how do we fill that tank? And this is where it all gets super practical. See, Dr. Chapman identified 5 specific, universal ways that people give and receive love. You can think of these as the 5 types of fuel for that emotional tank. All right, let's run through them real quick. First up, you've got words of affirmation. This is all about using words to build someone up. Compliments, encouragement, you get it. Next, quality time. And that means giving your focused, undivided attention. No phones. Third is receiving gifts, which is all about a visible, tangible symbol of love. Then there's acts of service, doing things for your partner that you know they'd like. And finally, physical touch, hugs, holding hands, that kind of thing. Okay, so knowing the languages is one thing, but seeing them in action, that's when the real magic happens. Let's look at what happens when you start speaking the right language. Okay, so get this. There's this couple, Jim and Janice. And Janice was literally on the verge of leaving Jim. She felt totally unloved, completely unappreciated. Their marriage was, in her own words, dead. But then Jim went to one of Dr. Chapman's seminars. So Jim has this light bulb moment. He realizes Janice's primary love language is receiving gifts. So he decides to try an experiment. That Monday, he brings her a rose. Tuesday, a pizza. Wednesday, a little potted plant. Thursday, a card. Friday, her favorite cookie. Now for Janice, who had felt totally invisible for years, this was absolutely shocking. And the result of that little one-week experiment, it was so powerful that Jim never stopped. For 3 years now, he's given her a small gift every single week, just consistently filling her love tank. Their relationship was so completely turned around that their own kids now call them lovebirds. How amazing is that? So that's the power of speaking the right language. But the real question is, how do you figure out which one is yours or your partner's? This right here is probably the most important step in putting any of this into practice. And it just takes a little bit of self-reflection. Luckily, Dr. Chapman gives us a few simple tools to figure it out. Okay, so first, think about what hurts you the most. When your partner criticizes you, the opposite of that is words of affirmation. When they don't help out, that points to acts of service. Second, what do you ask for all the time? Can we just spend some time together? That's a huge clue for quality time. And third, look at how you show love. We usually try to give love in the way we want to get it. These questions are basically your roadmap. Now, all of this brings us to what might be the most profound part of this whole idea. It completely reframes our entire understanding of what love actually is. So Dr. Chapman makes this crucial distinction between being in love, that crazy, obsessive butterflies in your stomach high that lasts on average about 2 years, and real, lasting love. That initial feeling, it's effortless, it's instinctual. But real love, the kind that can last a lifetime, is totally different. It is a conscious choice. It takes work, it takes discipline, and it takes a commitment to grow. And this is the ultimate takeaway, right here. Real love isn't some passive feeling that just washes over you. It's an active choice you make, day in and day out. It's the decision to learn your partner's language and to speak it, even when it feels unnatural, because you want to fill their tank and make their life better.
See, this knowledge is power. It means that changing your relationship isn't about waiting for some magical feeling you can't control. It's about making a choice that you absolutely can control, starting right now. So the only question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. What language will you choose to speak today?